Thanks for watching. Today we are making a chicken and white bean meatball stuffed in a pita with a lot of vegetables. It is delicious, it's easy, and it's healthy. So let's get started. So we're going to get started. Take 1 pound of ground chicken of any sort. And actually you could probably use any meat, but I just happen to use chicken because it's what I had. And you take 1 can of cannellini beans, and we're going to mash those. And you just mash them, break them apart. They kind of match the chicken breast, so they're nice in color. You could definitely do this with lentils, black beans, you know, things can get garbanzos, things can get colored. I like that, a very natural look. So that comes together pretty fast. So then we're going to grate in 2 garlic cloves. And you know me, I go straight through the paper on this. Take that piece out. I love garlic, so mine are big cloves. Now I have my oven heating at 350, and I can either cook them completely in the oven or I can cook them on the stovetop and then put them in the oven to finish. So I'm probably going to do that, is roll them around a little bit. In any pan you have works, and then they can go in the oven if it's a baking pan. So then it calls for 1 small onion, so I'm going to do about a little over half of this. Actually, it called for it grated, so let's grate that instead of microplane it. Sometimes the skins are kind of hard on these, so you can use any color onion you have. I just happen to have a couple purple handy. And then we need 3 tablespoons of Kalamata olives. And I've got them already chopped here. I bought them that way, but I'm actually going to chop them a little bit more. I usually buy them whole and chop them myself. And this is probably going to make 15 or 16 meatballs, so you want to chop them so everybody gets some black olive. And then 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes. I think I have a little bit more than that, but they were in oil, so the oil kind of was up there. Now those are already cut up. I got those from Trader Joe's. But this oil is quite nice too, so you don't want to lose that oil because that is going to have that beautiful marinated in oregano flavor. And we'll put those in there. Now I washed this lemon, and we do need the zest of 1 lemon, so you just want to go on the outside. And this provides that yummy Mediterranean zip. And like I said, you can use any bean, any meat. And then, you know, you of course have your binder and your spices. And this is a meatloaf or a meatball or whatever you are feeling like. I don't want to waste it. I have a very nice lemon. Get a lemon with a soft skin. Remember, the hard lemons are just like rocks, and the fruit inside is not very good, and the skin is about ½ an inch thick. Not worth buying. And 1/3 cup. Now you could use whole wheat breadcrumbs or oat flour, and I happen to have oat flour. Could use panko. And then 1 tablespoon of fresh oregano or 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. And whenever I use oregano, I always crush it in my hands. And then ½ teaspoon of smoked paprika. And this is, boy, I'll tell you, it's a sleeper. Smoked paprika is so wonderful. People forget about it. It's just delicious. And then 1 teaspoon of cumin, and that gives it that earthiness. So, get our spoon and combine this. Now, some people in other recipes add a teaspoon or tablespoon of milk, and I'm not adding that yet. If I need it, I can always go back in, but for my binding, we are going to use the egg. And the easiest way here is the hands, and that's why I have the pink paws on. Now, you don't want to just, beat this to death. You just want to mix it gently. Get everything mixed together. The flavors are going to soak into that oat flour. Now, this could go in a pan as a meatloaf. Nice and juicy. They smell so delicious right now, believe it or not. And I did not forget my salt and pepper. But you can just add a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And I like things peppery, so I'm going to go in. And then I'm actually going to add a couple of my dried chili flakes. All this is optional. Whatever you got in the house is what you would like to use. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I think that's sort of a lot, so I can always salt them when they're done. So I'm just going to do 2 big pinches. And it does call for 2 tablespoons of oil, and I have the oil left from this. So I'm just going to add that in there. And we will stir again. I'm going to get in there with my hands and just flip it over. Bring everything up from the bottom and just kind of push gently in. You don't want to, beat these to death. Okay, so this is a little soft. So what I'm going to do is set it in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes to firm up, and then I can bring it back to my fry pan, and then they will go in the oven after that. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we are back, and I have my dishwasher going because that was a messy. And I was going to use my Lodge big old dense, thick, high skillet, but I'm going to use this pan as well. Instead, this one's good. It's kind of like a brazier, and you can cook it, use it the same way. It's got that enamel inside. I've had this forever. I love it. So we're just going to make our meatballs now that they firmed up. These are also going to go in the oven. Now, if you wanted them to be more meaty, then go with less beans, but I enjoy it because then I get the maximum amount of protein. I get vitamins from the beans, nutrients, minerals from the beans, and the fiber, of course. So it's important to me to always do a mix. It's what I do pretty much most of the time. And these can go on a salad. These can go in a pita like I'm going to do. They could go just by themselves. You could do a great pasta, a whole wheat, high fiber pasta, protein pasta. It is up to you. They're very gentle, very soft. We didn't pack them. And if you like this recipe, I hope you like and subscribe, and please leave me some suggestions because I am open to making foods from around the world. It is so important to me to make food from everywhere. So we're just going to let these cook and nudge them over, and then we're going to put them in the oven. Okay, that's about as far as I would like to go with them on the stovetop. So now they're going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350, and then we are going to have a fantastic sandwich. See you soon. Okay, the buzzer just went off, so I'm thinking the meatballs are done. They smell delicious. You can hear them sizzling yet. And I've got a pita in the oven. And I'm just going to get out just a couple of things I had. If you have this, great. If you don't worry about it. I had a little bit of yogurt. I made a little bit of tzatziki, sort of. I chopped up a tomato. We can do a little bit more onion if we'd like. So it's up to us, whatever you want to do. Or you could just eat them by yourself and just even open up a jar of red sauce of some sort. I tasted a little bit of that burger. Delicious. Okay, we're back, and my meatballs have cooled down, or they are cooling. They're not really cool. They've only been out of the oven about 7 to 10 minutes. But I toasted a nice pita, whole wheat pita, and we've got that just ready to fill. And then I've got a couple of things here on the side. I've got some green olives, some tomatoes. I'm going to slice in a little onion, a little cucumber for crunch, and more lettuce. So this is how it's going to go. And I will show you. I'm just going to put in, let's see, 2. Might break apart a little. I'm not worried about that. Cucumber down in there, a little bit of tomato, and a couple olives. Watch out for pits. The green ones are okay. Sometimes those black ones can be edgy. Okay, I'm gonna cut a little onion here. We have onion in there, but just for a little extra freshness. That is it. Maybe a little bit of lettuce on top. And a little bit more dip. This dip is easy to make. It's just yogurt and garlic and a little bit of dill, a little bit of cucumber. And my side busted open, but I don't mind. And that is our sandwich. And I could take a bite of that. You guys, it's a messy operation, but it is so delicious. All that protein, all that garlicky crunch, all those olives, sun-dried tomatoes, and the fresh vegetables. It's just really delicious. I hope you try it. That chicken meatball in that pita pocket is everything. It comes together so fast. It can become part of your rotation because you can just keep all the meatballs in the refrigerator as well as your crisp vegetables and pull out a pita, and you are in business for a meal or a great snack. So I want to thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.